have understood from the first part the movement of the snake, how the snake was moving. And one thing I want to explain, that is what is known as the parting grass. Parting you will see always present in the hair, and parting is done to while combing the hair to style the hair so that it so that we can look beautiful. So similarly, when the snake was moving through the meadows, it seems that he was acting like a parting, and the grasses came to the sides as the snake was moving. What track he followed, what small foot fled, leaving from his fierce intent. So he followed a definite track, and track means that path or way. So he followed a definite track or a definite path through which the snake was moving, and it was searching for its food. And the small foods which were there, they were just running here and there, flying here and there. They were going away. They were just escaping from the fierce intent of the snake. Fierce means a very ferocious type of activity of the snake was there as it was searching for food. And intent means intention, a sort of intention was there for the snake, because the snake had the intention of catching those small animals or insects for its food. So it was his aim, and it was rather a very ferocious aim, and it was a very particularly it was a very ferocious thing. And those small insects and foods, they were just running away from the spot. We scarcely thought, still as we stood, and our eyes went with him as he went. So we scarcely thought means the snake poet was absolutely mesmerized. The poet could not think anything else other than looking at the snake. And what happened? She was standing still there like a statue. She was just standing still, and she was just following the snake, the movement of the snake as it was moving on through the grass. They were following each movement of the snake because they were very much afraid that something might be done to the snake. Cold, dark and splendid, he was born into the grass that he did spray. We took a deeper breath of day, looked at each other and went on. So cold, dark and splendid. The poet was happy to see that the cold means the reptiles are usually cold, and dark means black colored snake, and splendid means a very magnificent thing the snake was, and he was gone. So by these adjectives the poet had described the snake, and the snake was gone and into the grass that he did spray. Where it has gone, it went through the grass of the meadows where his sprays remained hidden like the small insects and animals. We took a deeper breath of the day. So when the snake was gone, when the snake was out of their sight, they took the deeper breath of the day. Means they took a very deep breath and they looked at each other and they went on. So ultimately they looked at each other, means it seemed that they were so much frightened, they were so much disturbed to see the snake. They were so extremely afraid. They had lost their breath, and when they saw the snake went away, they felt relieved and they gave a sigh of relief and they started walking once more and they went away to their place. So ultimately the snake went away and they could understand that the snake had done nothing to them, and they carried on their journey. So it seemed that you can easily understand that if a snake is visible right in front of us, we will act in the same way as the poet and her companions did. So the snake is an animal of fear, as well as it is an animal of attraction. So for them, at the same time it was an animal of fear as well as it was an animal of attraction. So similar is the case for us also. So it is a very when the snake raises its hood, it is a very nice thing to look at. So the snake is considered to be the animal which is terribly beautiful, and it is extremely attractive. Though it is very poisonous, though it is very harmful, we know that something might be done to us, we are extremely afraid, and whenever we see a snake, it seems that a chill is running down to our spine, but we are extremely attracted by the animals. So similar was the case of the poet and her companions. So the poem is a beautiful description of her experience, rather fearful experience, but still fascinating her. And the thing which is means intent, that is aim, cold, deeper breath, means gave a sigh of relief. So they gave a sigh of relief, they took a deeper breath, and they just went on. And cold, dark and splendid means cold, it seemed something fearful is very cold, and it's dark means it is a darker part of nature, means something negativity is attached to the snake, as well as it is beautiful, means splendid, magnificent and marvelous. So sometimes the dark and mysterious things of nature always also attract us, and we have a tendency of following those negative things. And so we can say that the snake also snake resembles both the dark and the marvelous side of aspects of nature. And the expression or the impression of the poet is more or less the same expression or impression which we will have when we will see the snake. And the expression highlighting that they froze means they became like a statue. Lost breath means they hold their breath, they could not breathe properly because they were looking at the snake in such a manner. They were following the snake, and like our eyes went with him as he went, means their eyes were following the movement of the snake, and then took a deeper breath of the day, means they gave a sigh of relief when the snake was gone, and looked at each other. Why they looked at each other? They felt relieved. So they looked at each other means they were in the similar condition. At last they got the relief that the snake was gone, and they shared their impression with each other, and they continued their journey. So this is the poem Hunting Snake.